So I am Leafia Beg and I work as a university relationship manager with EducateMe Group. Today we are having the Regent College webinar and we have an esteemed college head of recruitment person with us who's going to take over with the Regent College. Let us start introducing who we are, what we do, about us, a small introduction about us. We are an UK-based consultancy helping students for higher education abroad. We give primary support to our students and all-rounded support for all our learners, which help them at each stages of international education. What we do? Next slide, Gaurav. Our aim is to make quality education more accessible and easier to our students around the world. These are awards and accreditation. These make us stand out. These make us different from other consultancies. Pearson's Bayfikir Achievers Growth Award, Finalist Business Award for the year of 2023, ISF, Registered Agency, British Council, and Language Cert. So these are one of accreditations we make us, which makes us different from the other consultancies. How different from others? Like other agencies, there is no registration fee, there is no nominal charge, there is no entry fee. We have an expert team of counselors who are going to help you from the beginning of your counseling process that starts from selection of your courses, university, affordable tuition fees, and all this counseling around support is given to you free of cost. We are also partnered with HDFC Credila. This partner of ours is going to help you out for student loan. As you know, studying abroad, the expense is on a little higher side. So not everybody is ready with the whole amount, which includes tuition fee plus the living cost. So we are giving a support to students through HDFC Credila. A dedicated consultant will be allotted to the finance. Okay. Who will be helping you for the background check, and according to your finance, they will be helping you to get the maximum percentage of education loan. So we will be guiding you over to them, and they will be taking care of your finance. So yes, education abroad is accessible. Education abroad is easy. There's nothing to worry about finance, guys. We have the banks who will be helping you out with the finance. As long as you are determined to make your education, to take this option abroad, we are there to support you throughout end-to-end process. Plus, we are the esteemed partner with One Vasco. They are the visa facility service providers. Till date, we have not had any visa rejections for our students. It's been a 99% of visa success rate. So we are going to help you from the beginning till the time you make it to the university. As I said, whole round support and end-to-end support. So one dedicated counselor will be there to help you to file in your visa, to make your document checklist required to get your visa, to prepare you for the biometric and the interviews needed for the visa in the UK. There are costs involved for the visas. Yes, as I said, no counseling fee, but you're going to pay the tuition fee to the university directly. You're going to get the proof of your payment, which is going to be via receipt. Plus, you're going to go ahead and pay the one Vasco fees, which is not more than 360 to 460 pounds. But the hassle of running from one corner to the other corner by doing it by yourself, that all kind of process is going to be saved once when you get through us for this process of visa services. Now, as education in abroad is way more acceptable and opportunities are really high, but using right resources for the job, many of the students miss out on that point. So we help students to also look for the job in the UK, and that's through a partner with us, which is Student Circus. Like in India, we have job portals, Naukri, LinkedIn, Indeed. Similar to this, what we have is called student circus in the UK. Students who go through us, we will be helping them to get an access to this portal. Once when you start with your course in the UK, in the university, after 3 to 6 months of your process of your education, the student circus will allot you with the portal where you'll get an access to the companies and the job availabilities, job vacancies available in the UK. Plus, you can also explore other UK, other options, other market apart from UK. They help you to make a fine resume required as per the international job market. So they will be allotting you through us, you'll be getting the login credentials and access to the portal, which will help you to get the right job, the right designation, and to stay in the UK for a good longer time. We are also a coaching center for IELTS and PTE. We have a personalized one-to-one dedicated faculty to our students. As you know, if you're looking for study abroad, the first primary goal is English speaking test, which is IELTS or PTE. Okay, so we will be helping you in the coaching of IELTS and PTE. We have online classes, we have flexible batches, we have weekday and weekend batches for our students. So if you're planning to study for the Jan 2025 intake or the later intake, you need to start with the preparation now, because the course will go for good 2 months, 3 months, and as for the students' availability, we will have the customized course for our students there. Okay. Plus, once when you reach to the new country, you feel that you are left out, but we will not make you feel that way. We'll make you feel at home. We have our people in the UK, our company people. Once when you land in the UK, they'll be there to give you a personalized pickup service only if you are ready and want us to help you for this. Okay. Transparent agent portal. We also work with partners whom we call as agents who get student files. They have number of students who they pass it on to us, and that's how we make their application. So we have come up with the modernized and very easy and friendly software which we call as agent portal. The students and the agents both can have a look at every stage of their application through the student portal. The students and the agents will be given the login credentials for the agent portal. All right. So this is how we are different with these 4 different points. Okay. Can we go to the next slide, please? Here, I'm very proud to introduce this person, Fatima Whitbread. Okay, we are also helping students who are in the UK, domestic students for study abroad there. And Fatima is the member of British Empire Award for Services in Sport to Great Britain. She is a world champion and double Olympian. So she is working with us as a brand ambassador for the UK domestic students. Now, free IELTS and 100% cashback. We all love to get things free. We all die to hear this word free. So here we are, that we are offering to our students a free 100% cashback. Okay, so what does this say? As I introduced to you all about an IELTS and PTE course, we have come up with a new offer to our students who wish to do coaching for IELTS and PTE through us. The cost of the course is just 4,999. It's at that nominal cost, plus that's going to be a cash back to you, which will be which will be refunded once when you make an application through us, and then you get your confirmation of acceptance letter from the university. You fruitfully and positively get your visa from us. Once when you make it to the university in the UK, you start with your course. The course fee 4,999 will be refunded to you. 4,999 will be refunded to you once when you complete with this whole process with us and you be in the UK. This is a very lucrative offer, guys. I'm pretty sure nowhere on the website or nowhere on the social media and anywhere you'll be able to see this here. Okay. If you wish to have the demo session with us, we'll certainly arrange a demo session for you all where you'll get an understanding and the quality of a teaching. Okay. Gaurav, maybe please go to the other slide now. So I welcome Regent College, Mr. Scott Basil here, who will take over and explain us about Regent. Well, Scott, please go ahead and thank you for being with us here.
Thank you, and thank you for that introduction. And may I say, what a great offer Educate Me offers their students. It's really fantastic. Also, really nice to see Fatima Whitbread. For those of you of my age, not many of you, I think, in the virtual room will know Fatima as a wonderful Great Britain Olympian. And that brings back great memories seeing her. So what a great ambassador. So my name is Scott. I'm the head of international recruitment. I've been working in international education for the last 25 years. I've been a teacher in my time. I've worked with all sorts of companies, giving them training, corporate training, and now I find myself in higher education. So I've met a lot of students who have actually become business people, and I think I know what skills and what kind of knowledge students need when they come to university. So I'm very passionate about the learning side of things, but also, of course, making sure that you receive the type of course that you're expecting. So I'm going to share a presentation. Is that okay, Alifia?
Yes, please, you can.
Okay. Presentation here. And this will help us just to focus, okay, while I'm talking. Okay, can you see that okay?
Yes, Scott, we can see it.
You can see it. Thank you, Gaurav. Okay, that's wonderful. So just a couple of things about Regent College London. We are an independent college. And we have a number of university partnerships. So we work with University of Bolton, we work with Bucks New University, we also work with Northampton and St Mary's. But for the purposes of international students, we only work with University of Bolton. University of Bolton is one of our greatest partners, long-standing partner, working with Regent College. And just to kind of, so that you understand, we deliver University of Bolton foundation, bachelor's programs, and master's programs in central London. University of Bolton itself is based in the north of England. It's just outside of Manchester, which is a fantastic city. But University of Bolton wanted a partner in London to deliver their programs so that students really get the best of both worlds. They will graduate with a University of Bolton qualification. And at this stage, I should remind you that University of Bolton is number 28 in the UK rankings. So all of the students that graduate with Regent College London will graduate with a certificate which is awarded by the University of Bolton, number 28 in the UK, according to The Guardian. But the other point about studying with us is that you will study in London, and we have 5 fantastic centres, 2 of which are right in Zone 1 in the centre of London, and those 2 centres are mostly dedicated to our international students. So you can be sure that you will be studying in a very vibrant part of London, near to the economic centre, near to the cultural centre. You'll also have lots of work opportunities, and you will have lots of opportunities to network with other students, for example, from the London School of Economics, which is just 2 minutes walk from our Holborn Centre. So we've chosen those centres to give you the best opportunity for part-time work, networking opportunities, to immerse yourself in the culture, but of course also graduate with a top 30 UK university degree. So that's our relationship with Bolton. We're a member of the Quality Assurance Agency, and we are registered with the Office for Students. Independent colleges do not need to be registered in this way, but we choose to be registered because we invite OFS and QAA to come and inspect us so that we can improve our services, academic services, student services, and really give a first-class education to our international and domestic students. Majority of our students, incidentally, are domestic. We have over 6,000 domestic students, and our international student population is just over 1,000 students. So in total, there are about 7,000 students in Regent College London studying with us at the moment. So that's actually a selling point, I think. We're not a huge corporation university, public university. We're small, we're agile, we teach in small groups. I'll talk about that later. But we give you a kind of intimate university experience when you come and study with us. Okay, so just moving on. We've got 3 academic intakes. We have January, April, September. We also have 3 schools. That is business and law, health and social care, and engineering. And for international students, we offer software engineering. But we've chosen those 3 schools to offer something which is very vocationally focused. We want all of our students to graduate and to go straight into the workplace. So that's why we've chosen very vocationally focused, vocationally oriented schools. We provide dedicated English language support if students should need it. And of course, our Indian students have a good level of English, but there's always a difference between British English and Indian English. And I think that's, you know, the sooner you understand that, the sooner then you can communicate more effectively with your British counterparts inside the classroom, but also outside. So English is really important. And we also provide lots of free courses and free opportunities for you to, as I say, meet people from outside of the academic world, but who are working in industry. So we invite industry leaders to come in to talk to you about how to get into work. We also provide you with practical skills courses, for example, computer literacy courses, which are free of charge and will be a real enhancement of the academic course that you're studying. So just a few words on, you know, the practical nature of what we are teaching. We are obviously wanting to equip you with an academic knowledge of your specific subject, whether it is marketing or HR or software engineering or health and social care, whatever it may be, you learn that on the course. But we also want you, having come all the way to the UK, to develop your communication skills. And I mentioned English language. English language is just part of communication. Communication is also your intercultural understanding, your ability to communicate across borders with different nationalities, and your ability to stand up confidently and give a coherent, convincing and engaging presentation. We work on your presentation skills. Other skills include negotiation skills, socializing skills, and networking skills, which we hope you'll employ. Why are these so important? Well, again, from my own background working with business people may have an academic knowledge of, you know, physics, or they may have a working knowledge of marketing, but to do good business, you must have good communication skills and intercultural awareness. And after all, that's one of the reasons you're coming to the UK, to immerse yourself in a multicultural society and to develop those additional skills, additional to your academic. Now, the other thing I mentioned earlier is that you will learn in a small group. We limit groups to between 20 and 30. And why is that good for you? Well, as a teacher, again, I know very well that students international students especially may need extra support. They may be feeling homesick, they may have problems communicating with other nationalities, they may be struggling with academic English, whatever it is. Having a small group means that we can support you from an academic perspective if you are struggling. The other added benefit, and I think this is even more important actually, is that in a small group you have the possibility to communicate and work and manage and do presentations with other students. That's really important because then your learning becomes active. You are able to discuss case studies, for example, you're able to work on projects together, and again, you're able to do presentations as a group or individually. And I think that's so important for your learning, rather than just sitting in a group of 100 students with no identity. When you come to Regent, you're in a small group, you're looked after, and you'll have the possibility to interact, use your communication, use your skills, your knowledge when interacting with other students. And I think that's really, for me, a really strong selling point of Regent College. Now, moving on, we also offer you a free course. It's called Thinking into Character. This is a self-development course. And this really works on your ability to identify what it means to be successful. We want you to develop an understanding of short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals, because those are the keys to your success. And then work towards those goals so that you always feel motivated, engaged, and working towards something which is going to be spectacular, we're sure, in the future. Part of reaching your goal is removing negative barriers from your thinking and to think positively. Sounds easier than it actually is, but you know, a lot of us carry around negative thinking, and that is an inhibitor, we believe, to your success. So we try to remove negative thinking and teach you strategies and tactics of how to remove those and focus on the positive. This course is really so powerful. It's developed by the CEO, Selva Pankaj, who came to our country, UK, as a refugee, and now he's a multi-millionaire, so I hear. But he's also successful in his personal life and also in, you know, his academic. He went to Harvard to study. He studied with some of the greatest academics, and this course has been developed by him, you know, based on his own personal experience and success. So let's look at these University of Bolton programs. We are offering, first of all, Foundation, which may not be relevant to students in India, but if you're interested in Foundation, we can certainly have a conversation about that. But I think today I'd like to focus more on the bachelor's programs. Again, all of these University of Bolton awarded: business management, health and social care, and software engineering. So 3-year courses, at the end of which you would be eligible to then go on and do one of our masters, or the University of Bolton masters, or go straight into the post-study work route. We're also offering business management top-up, which is a 1-year level 6 program. So if you have the equivalent of a 2-year UK bachelor's, which is 2 years in India, I believe, then you can complete your studies with a 1-year top-up program, level 6, and again, go on to do your master's or enter the post-study work route, okay? Now, there are some restrictions you can see on the right. We are not currently recruiting from Punjab or Haryana in India for those undergraduate and foundation programs. The academic requirement is straightforward. For the degree, we require 55% or above in your high school certificate. Moving on to the postgraduate program and Masters of Business Administration and the Masters of International Management are both business, obviously, programs, very similar. The only difference really is that international management is more internationally focused, surprisingly. And there is a module in international marketing and also a module in global HR. But that's the only difference between the MBA and the international management program. We offer software engineering as well, which is perfect for students that want, for example, to go into web architecture, agile programming, but also cybersecurity. Many of our students go into from that. So it's a great launch pad into a career in IT and IT related programming. Then the Masters of Health and Social Care. Again, all of these are 1 year programs. And this health and social care program is designed either for those that want to become practitioners in the healthcare sector, not nurses, but practitioners in social care, or students who want to go into management. And there's a wonderful module in leadership in healthcare on that program, which will help you if you want to go into management. And then last but not least, the Masters of Law in International Business Law. This is not a qualifying law degree. In fact, this is really designed for people who are wanting to go into business, but who want a foundation in law, international business law. So you'll focus, for example, on fintech, dispute resolution, some arbitration, but also corporate law and employment law. So it's a fantastic program and gives you a real selling point to your CV if you're applying to multinational companies. They really, really like the fact that their business people have a foundation in certain areas of law, but they're not qualified lawyers, okay? Now, just a word on the entry requirements for LLM. It is higher than the others, and I'll go through the English language requirements in a minute. Not the academic requirements, but the English language requirements are a bit tougher for LLM, but I'll show you those in a minute. So moving on, the PG requirements, we require standard in bachelor's of 3 years in India. Okay. So as I mentioned, the English language requirements for UG and PG. So we are offering an English waiver for those students that have 70% or above in their high school secondary certificate. There are specific boards that we adhere to, but if you're one of those, then we can accept you without English. If you do need to take English, there's an external English list here of tests. My recommendation at this stage, with only 4 weeks to go before the end of the recruitment cycle, really for January, is Duolingo or PTE. You mentioned PTE earlier. I think that's a great one, and it's highly accessible at 50 over 46. No less than 46 in each component. Language cert was also mentioned earlier. We require 33 out of 50 for B2. Now, the LLM in brackets, you can see for Duolingo and the various others, it's equivalent really of an IELTS 7 with no less than 6.5. So the LLM does require a higher level of English, but the others are around or almost equal to IELTS 6 with no less than 5.5. So that's pretty accessible, for example, for an MBA program. We also have an internal English test. It is conducted online. It's reading, writing, speaking, and listening. It takes about 90 minutes. It's completely free of charge. You can take that test if you wish. And if you fail it the first time, we allow you to retake it a second time. So not all is lost. So there is another option for internal English. Okay, so now we look at the prices, and if you look on the far right, academic year 24 to 25, you can see that for undergraduate and postgraduate, the published price, which is the same as University of Bolton, is 15,950, and for foundation, the published price is 12,450. There are also online options if you wanted to study online, but today we're going to talk about you coming to the UK and studying on campus, and therefore the 15,950, 12,450 price is relevant. Now, for January, we are offering automatic bursaries, which are very competitive. I think you'll agree if you look at our competitors in London. So we're offering an automatic bursary for master's students of £4,450, which brings the price down to a very, very convenient £11,500. Now, as I say, for an MBA studied in central London, that is an unbeatable price. We know it because we know the competition. So price-wise, we are very, very competitive. Equally for bachelors, we will reduce the price of the first year, year one, by 4,450, making year one 11,500. For year two and year three, the price will return or revert to the published price of 15,950. And for foundation students, we're giving a £1,000 discount or bursary, which brings again the price down to 11,500. So please hurry if you are interested. You do still have time to apply for that bursary for January. In terms of payment, we require 100% of the fees. That's 11,500 discounted, including the bursary. We would require those fees to be paid before we issue the CAS. And the same for the bachelor's and foundation students, 100% of fees, please, for the first year. So for bachelor's, it's 11,500, and for foundation, 11,500, to be paid before the CAS. So that's the unfortunate condition. We give you a wonderful discount, but we do require payment before we issue the CAS. Okay, so just to summarize where we are so far, you will graduate from a top 30 UK university. We will equip you with lots of practical skills that are going to help you when you work in the UK, but also when you go back to India. We're passionate about leadership skills, communication, and intercultural. We want you and encourage you to network with industry professionals by bringing leaders, industry leaders into college to talk to you, but also arranging job fairs on campus. And we also invite you to join job fairs outside of campus, and we will organize that for you. We encourage you to work, to do some work, to get some work experience under your belts while you're with us. Lots of academic support in small groups, and the staff that we employ to teach you come from industry on the whole. So the majority of our teachers are chosen because they've worked in industry. Great facilities. We have a brand new AI laboratory. For engineering students, we have lots of brand new equipment to help them and support them. And last but not least, a very competitive fee structure with bursaries. Now, I'll pass back to Alithia in a minute, but just to say that if you do want to apply, please speak to our partner, EducateMe, today as soon as possible, because what we need is for you to submit your credentials. We need to check them. We need to send you an offer within 48 hours. And then we would like to interview you, to meet you personally, to get to know you, for you to get to know the college. And we conduct what is called a credibility interview, which asks you about why you want to come to the UK, why you've chosen Regent College, which modules you're interested in the program. So you do need to prepare for that interview. But I think it's a great opportunity for you to ask us more questions, find out if this is really for you and whether you want to take the next step in your journey to success. So please speak to the EducateMe Group team today, and I really, really look forward to seeing you in London. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you. Such a fantastic and amazing presentation. It was very informative for us. I just wanted to put just one small highlight. If you can just add on about the applications deadline, the rough deadlines, if you have any idea about
that. Of course. Good question. Yeah. So really, the interviews, which are one of the conditions for CAS, will be conducted until the end of this month. So interviews will be completed on the 26th of November. We may extend a little bit, but really we need you to try and get the interviews finished by the 26th of November. The conditions deadline for payment and all bank statements, for example, and any other conditions is the 6th of December. So remember, we're on a bit of a tight deadline because of Christmas, and we would really like to have everything ready by the 6th of December so that our students can then relax and then come back, and we will be issuing the CAS during the course of the Christmas break and before that. The start date for the programs, I'll put all of these actually in the chat for you so that you have all of them, but so it's not giving me the latest arrival date is the 20th of January. Okay. The course's start date is the 13th of January, but the latest arrival date is the 20th of January. So I'm just going to put those in the chat, those dates. A little bit too much information perhaps, but I hope that's useful.
Great. Thank you so much, Scott. This is really useful. All right, guys. So we will be taking the questions at the end of the presentation. I would request you all to please attend this webinar till the end. Okay. We have a small application form, guys, and I would want all of you to fill in this. This is the beginning procedure for us, where we just need your basic information to understand about your profile, to understand about your academics, and that's how our counselors will be able to pitch you the right course and the right university in the UK. I'm so sorry. If people can scan the code, and that's how it will lead you to the page where you'll be able to fill in the application. Or else you can also email the form. You can get the form on an email ID, which is hello@educateme.group. So take a picture of this slide. It will be much easier for you to do the process later. I'm so sorry. We have a website here, which is www.educateme.group. Please visit the website to come to know about a company profile, about our company verticals, our business verticals that we are in. Gaurav, are we done? Do we have any other slides further? So video and testimonials of our students. I would say a small success rate of our students who have made it to the university in the UK in the past 4 years. So you can go through a website and have a look into a gallery. You'll be able to see the testimonials of our students. All right, so let us take the questions here. There are students who are asking some questions. So we'll go ahead one by one. I would need your help here if you can answer to their questions related to the courses at the Regent College.
Exactly, of course. Fire away, please.
We have one who, his name is Om. He wants to know what's the requirement for psychology in masters.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't offer a psychology in masters. The closest we would offer would be the Masters of Health and Social Care and Wellbeing. That's the nearest to psychology that we offer. Some students will graduate 1 year with us doing the Masters of Health and Social Care, and then do an additional 1 year in psychology. Not with us, though. We don't offer psychology, not to international students at least. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much. But not to worry, you can connect with the counselors. I'm going to share it with you in chat. Probably they will help you with the alternative to your course, or similar to what you're looking for. Okay. Guys, if you have any other questions, you can please put it into chat and we'll be taking it here. We'll keep it open for 5 minutes.
Hi, Alifia. I see a question from Palak. I think she mentioned that she's from UP board. So would that be an issue?
That shouldn't be an issue. So, Scott, we have a student who is studying, who's got her academics transcripts of Uttar Pradesh. It's part of India. I don't think so. Regent is not banning any student from Uttar Pradesh, right?
No.
So, Palak, yes, you can. We will. You can apply to Regent. Okay. For further depth counseling, I have shared personally with you a counselor's number, and I do have your number through chat. So tomorrow, our counselors will call you, Palak.
Great.
Jagdish is also saying that he's from Tamil Nadu. I think he's interested and he wants to know if there is any issue with him being from Tamil Nadu.
Not to my knowledge. My geography of my geographical knowledge of India isn't the best.
He's from
I'll
down south.
be very honest with you.
He's from down south. I think you mentioned that only Punjab and Haryana are the regions that...
Exactly. Those are the only two that we restrict at the moment.
Okay. So Jagdish,
incidentally, for masters, there are no restrictions. So if any of your students from Punjab and Haryana wish to do the masters, then there isn't a restriction. It's only a restriction for the undergraduate program.
Okay, that's great to know. So Jagdish, that's not an issue. You can continue submitting your application. You can at least submit the inquiry form and our counselors will get back to you.
Palak, I'm sorry, but I'm not able to understand your question. You says, I am from the board. Can I also do this course in 12th standard? Can we unmute Palak, Gaurav? Is it possible? So,
Yes.
Palak, I can hear you. Am I audible to you now? Sorry, I was not able to hear you. Okay, maybe there's a problem, Palak, from your end, but not to worry. Tomorrow, I'll make sure the counselors call you. So they'll help you. You can have a discussion with them tomorrow and we'll sort out your query. Okay, so I'm sharing my counselor's number, guys. Please feel free to call them. They work between 10 to 6, Monday to Saturday. Saturdays is 9 to 1. So please feel free to call them and they'll be helping you with the counseling for. Gaurav, anything else do you want to add to this webinar?
No, Olivia, I think we are pretty much done. I just saw some of the participants recently joined towards the end of the webinar. So for them, I would only like to say that you can find the recording of this webinar. It has been a very insightful session with Scott and Alifia. So I would really thank both of you for this. So you can find the recording of this webinar. You can go through the recording. You can get to know what all we covered today. And the inquiry process is still the same. So you can scan the QR code. We'll just bring that slide back 1 second. So you can scan the QR code and submit your inquiry. Our counselors will get back to you. That's all, Alicia.
Yeah. Thank you, Gaurav. Okay. So guys, we're just keeping the screen present here for 2 minutes. This is a very important slide for us. Okay. Please visit our website. The recording will be available on our website probably next week, and you'll get to know more information about Regent College. Correct. Thank you, Palak. I have your number with me. I've saved your number here. Okay. So tomorrow we'll call you, not to worry. If you can share your number with me directly, or else we can ask the counselors to call you tomorrow. All right, guys, so we'll end the session here. Thank you again. Thanks a lot for all your participation. A great thanks to Scott for giving us this time for the webinar, Scott.
Thank you for having me. It's been wonderful, and looking forward to seeing you all in London. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Good night, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.